Yeah, it was. I thought the first 40 minutes was as good as we've put together all year. There's probably not a lot. There was some good tries scored, but there probably wasn't a lot of flash about it. But stuck to a pretty basic plan. The back 20 minutes was very disappointing. We missed a lot of tackles and a lot of offloads, and probably gave them some points they didn't deserve.
What do you remember most then about the game, the first 40 or the last 20?
Oh, you got to take all the positives out of it, and there was a lot of good footy in there. But there's things that happen in the game that have been happening for a lot of the year as well. So we just keep addressing it. Defensively, it was only the last sort of 20 minutes, and not an excuse, but we lost 3 guys there. We took Friend off, and we lost Harrison at half time, and we lost Minicello there. So we're a little bit down on troops, and a few blokes playing out of position, but that could happen in big games as well.
What happened to Mini? What's the update there?
He just got a cork on his knee, so it shouldn't be too bad.
About Ash?
Bit of rib cartilage damage, hopefully not too severe.
So he's rehab?
No, different one, other side.
Perhaps it hasn't been up to the level where he's playing last year, where he's sort of playing Test football, but he seemed to be back to his best for a lot of the game tonight. It was really strong.
Yeah, he's been getting better as every week's rolled on. He's taken the disappointment of missing out in the Origin in the right manner, and he's been very positive. And he plays 80 minutes every week too, and I think he's sort of probably getting back to the fitness level that he was at last year. He's come off a World Cup. He's had a very long campaign, but sometimes after you have a tour at the end of a year and then you get into the grind of a season, you can start slow. But there's sort of big games coming up, and he's starting to rise to the challenge.
Physically, he seemed to impose himself, particularly with some of his carries. He was pushing through. He could play the balls. You guys sort of fed off that a fair bit.
Yeah, he did. He made a lot of yards tonight, and he's a very smart player too around the ruck. He runs very good, very good lines around the ruck there. And him and Nathan Friend got a really good understanding.
Cardi, Nathan Friend, big effort, 30 tackles in 60 minutes for a bloke that didn't look like playing for a lot of the week. Yeah, no,
he's very strong-willed, Friendy. As soon as he come off the field and he took his boot off, he had a bad limp. But out on the field, when it really counted, he never showed any sign of pain or discomfort. And I didn't think he was any chance of playing when I saw his leg on Tuesday. But he's an ultimate professional, and he's very strong-willed.
Does he continue to surprise you, some of the things he can do out there?
Probably not anymore. He's been doing it all year. He's played 80 minutes of every game. I don't know there have been many hookers that have done that this year, and he's been near our best in all those games.
What's that do?
What do you want to see from this team in the next few weeks before you actually hit the finals? Where do you guys need to improve to actually make a threat against the best sides?
Just be more consistent. You watch the sides that are probably the standouts at the moment. The Dogs come to mind. They don't change their game at all. It just from the first minute to the 80th minute, and they've got better at it as the years progressed. And there's a positive sign to us as well. We say it every week, but I do think there's a mile of improvement in us. And defensively we're aiming up, and I think Princey probably got it right tonight. We got to a really good lead with a fair amount of time in the game, and a few things went against us too, I suppose. But just our intensity for the 80 minutes, I suppose, is the answer to your question.
Is that the final piece of the puzzle, that intensity for the full?
Well, mate, every game changes, mate. Some things go your way. You always talk about our starts, and sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not so good. It's hard to say. Every game is a little, it's its own little game, and just the intensity for the 80 minutes. Your errors and your missed tackles, keep them down, and we've got the players I know to threaten anyone.
Carly, is there such a thing as the perfect 80 minutes?
No, never, mate. You keep searching. That's why it's so frustrating, because you keep searching, and you're probably a little bit hard on the players. But I think you can always, at the moment we can always do better than what we've done. But the attitude has been there for 90% of the time. That's half the battle, getting them to turn up to play every week, and that's been good this year.
Is it also encouraging too? It's a 34-80 win over the Broncos, but you're still not satisfied. That's something.
Yeah, I suppose, if we had started the game like we finished it and then finished with that 60 minutes, we'd all be here saying how good we went. It was a 20-minute patch in the game. where we dropped our intensity, and you know, it won't win big games, but you know, it was enough to get us over the wire tonight.